You already know the feeling. You send her a message, something solid, maybe even something clever, and then you wait. An hour, 3 hours. She finally hits you back with something dry. LOL, yeah. And you're sitting there trying to decode it like it's a federal document. Meanwhile, there's another guy, same girl. She hears that notification and her thumb is already moving. Full sentences, emojis. She's initiating. She's keeping it going. And if you saw this guy, you'd look at him and think, him? Really? Yeah, him. And here's the part that's going to hit different. It was never about his face. It was never about his height, his car, or his Instagram following. What he has is something you can't screenshot. You can't filter it. But she feels it every single time he sends a message. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what it is and why it's been missing from every conversation you've had with her. But first, let me reframe something for you. You think the texting is the problem. You think if you just said the right thing, used the right emoji, timed your reply perfectly, she'd respond the way she responds to him. That's not how this works. Texting is the scoreboard. It's not the game. The game already happened, in person, in energy, in the way you made her feel before you ever typed a single word. If you're losing on the scoreboard, it's because you lost the game before it started. And most guys never figure that out. So let me break this down. 7 reasons she texts him back instantly and barely remembers to respond to you. And none of them have anything to do with how either of you look. Number 1, he doesn't need the conversation. This is the foundation. When he texts her, there's no weight behind it, no pressure, no invisible question mark hanging in the air that says, please like me. He's texting because something crossed his mind, not because he's been staring at his phone for 20 minutes, engineering the perfect opener. And she feels that. She feels the lightness, the ease. When your text carries desperation, even a trace of it, she doesn't read your words, she reads your energy. And energy doesn't lie. You've probably sent a message that was technically fine, good grammar, decent joke, but she still left it sitting there because it wasn't what you said, it was the invisible frequency underneath it. That frequency said, I need you to answer this so I can feel okay. And she felt that before she finished reading the first line. A man who doesn't need the reply is the man who always gets one. That's not a trick, that's a posture, and you can't fake posture. Number 2. His real life is louder than his phone. Here's a quick way to diagnose yourself. When you're not texting her, what are you doing? And I mean really doing. Not scrolling, not waiting, not keeping busy as a strategy to seem unavailable. Actually building something, actually moving. The guy she can't wait to text back, he responded 3 hours late last Tuesday, not because he was playing games, but because he was at the gym. Then he grabbed food with his boys. Then he sat down and saw her message and thought, oh, right, and replied casually. She didn't experience delay. She experienced a man with a full life. And that life, that weight of something real happening outside of her, is magnetic because it tells her she's a part of his world, not the center of it. And every woman alive knows the difference. Number 3, he makes her feel something in person first. This is where it all starts, and this is where most guys get completely backwards. They think the texting phase is where attraction is built. It's not. Texting is where attraction is either confirmed or killed. The attraction was built face-to-face, or it wasn't built at all. I watched this happen once at a friend's birthday thing. 2 guys talking to the same girl at different points in the night. First guy was solid, good-looking, decent conversation, complimented her outfit. She smiled, said thanks, moved on. Second guy? He walked up, said something low-key funny about the playlist, held eye contact a beat longer than normal, and then just let the silence sit. She laughed. He didn't rush to fill the gap. He just stood there, drink in hand, stirring it with one of those little black straws, completely relaxed. Next day, she texted him first. That moment, that comfortable silence, that unhurried presence was the reason. Not the words, the weight behind the stillness. Number 4, he's not performing, he's positioning. There's a massive difference between a man who's trying to entertain her and a man who's simply being direct about what he wants. She can feel that difference in a single sentence. The performer texts, "Hey, you're so funny, we should totally hang out sometime maybe, if you're free, lol." The man with position texts, "Thursday, let's get food." One is asking for permission, the other is offering a decision. Guess which one she responds to in under a minute. This isn't about being cold, it's about being clear. Clarity is attractive because it's rare. Most men hedge, most men cushion, most men wrap their intentions in so many layers of softness that she can't even find the point. And when she can't find the point, she doesn't respond. You are not here to impress, you are here to decide. Number 5, he creates tension she wants to resolve. This one is underrated and almost nobody talks about it. The guy she texts back fast, he leaves gaps, not manipulative gaps, natural ones. He says something that makes her think. He drops a line that's half serious, half playful, and then he's gone. And now she's sitting with it. She's replaying it. She's wondering what he meant. She's smiling at her phone, not because of what he said, but because of what he didn't say. He gave her just enough to pull her forward, and then he let the silence do the work. Most guys fill every silence, every gap, every pause. They over-explain, over-text, overshare. They're so afraid of losing her attention that they drown it. But attention is like oxygen. Too much of it and the flame goes out. The man she can't stop texting is not chasing her attention. He's creating space she wants to step into. Number 6, he's not comparing himself to anyone. This is the invisible killer. When you text her and you're subconsciously thinking about who else she's talking to, who else is making her laugh, who she likes more, that energy leaks through. You don't say it directly, but it shapes everything. Your timing gets weird, your messages get longer than they need to be, you start asking questions you don't actually care about just to keep the thread alive. Meanwhile, the other guy, he's not thinking about you at all. He's not wondering who she's texting. He's not monitoring her activity. He's not comparing. And because he's not competing, he doesn't move like a competitor. He moves like a man who already has value. And she reads that stability like a signal, because it is one. The moment you stop measuring yourself against the guy you think she prefers, you become harder to ignore. Not because you changed your words, because you changed your gravity. Now this last one, stay with me, because honestly, this is the one that separates the guy she thinks about at midnight from the guy she forgot about by lunch. And if you miss this, everything else I just said loses half its power. Number 7, he treats her interest like something he expected, not something he earned. Read that again if you need to. When she texts him, he doesn't light up like he just won a prize. He doesn't screenshot it and send it to his group chat. He doesn't adjust his entire day around her reply. He receives it, he reads it, he responds when it feels right, and he moves on. That's not arrogance, that's alignment. He's not surprised she's interested because he knows who he is. His sense of self isn't inflated by her attention or deflated by her silence. It's stable, it's anchored. And that anchor is the single most attractive thing a man can carry into any interaction, digital or otherwise. Most men treat female attention like a reward they didn't expect, and that reaction, that subtle shock, that rush to reciprocate, tells her everything. It tells her you don't get this often. It tells her you value her attention more than your own time. It tells her you're playing from below. But the man who treats her interest as a natural extension of who he is, she doesn't just text him back fast. She initiates, she pursues, she invests, because she can feel that his identity doesn't shift based on her behavior. And that kind of stability, that's not common. That's not teachable in one video. That's built slowly, deliberately, through every decision you make about who you are when nobody's watching. So let me leave you with this. The difference between you and the guy she can't stop texting isn't a surface-level thing. It's not looks, it's not money, it's not some magic line he knows that you don't. It's the fact that he's not trying to win her. He's living in a way that winning is a side effect. His texts are light because his life is full. His timing is perfect because he's not counting the minutes. His energy is right because it's real. You don't fix this by changing your texting strategy. You fix this by changing your relationship with yourself. And that's the real work nobody wants to do. Now here's what I didn't cover today.
She's not just choosing who to text back fast. She's running a set of silent tests on every man in her life, tests you don't even know are happening. And the way you fail them, it's not obvious, it's quiet, it's invisible, and it's the reason she pulls away right when you think things are going well. I'll break those down next, and trust me, once you see them, you can't unsee them. Which one of these 7 hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. And if this shifted something for you, you know what to do. Stay sharp. I'll catch you in the next one.